What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, I want to go over some crazy news that Plarium just dropped on us. It's super surprising to me to hear it. Also, I want to give you guys a heads up that I do monthly giveaways for 5 small packs of gems, and I believe it comes with an ancient shard as well. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Especially the subscribe button, because I usually just drop these videos kind of randomly. So today's going to be the video where I will ask those that are watching to leave a comment in the comments below with your username ID. You can get it here from your profile. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Make sure you guys leave your ID here, and I will pick 5 random winners for, I believe, 540 gems plus a ancient shard. So I do that once every month. So make sure you guys subscribe for the heads up on the future videos. But in today's video, we're going to go over that special news that just dropped. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, so here we have at the top left-hand corner here, we have the news that just dropped by Plarium. They announced the progressive event for the upcoming Summon Rush that's happening in, I think, 1 day. So not really too exciting stuff here, like 15x up to 25x, the standard progressive event. So basically, if you pull Legendary and you get a Legendary, but it's not the one that you wanted, then your chances of getting that wanted legendary is going to go up by 5% or 5x, not actually 5%. But yeah, it is what it is. It's better than the standard 10x. Some of the the prizes from this would probably be Nekmothar. He's an insane engine for your Hydra team. So if you want to go after him, then by all means. He's definitely worth some shards, but anything that's not a void legendary, you have to keep in mind that the chances of pulling them are actually still very small, and we don't have any boosted rates on ancients or sacred shards, so the chances of you pulling a legendary are already small. So just something to keep in mind. You also have Gwendolyn the Owl. The Owl is actually a very decent Hydra champion as well. She was a guarantee at one point for a deck of fate. I believe it was 20 sacreds for her. Very decent. She has a pretty cool move here where she lands decreased speed, leech, and decreased accuracy on a 3-turn cooldown AoE. Very good move for Hydra. Another champion that's actually really good is from Lizardman again. We have the crocodile guy, Krokmar. He's pretty cool. I like him. I actually pulled him on a, I don't know, 10x or 20x for him at one point. Just kind of randomly, it wasn't going for him, but he's a cool champ. I don't really use him much anymore, but I can see him definitely benefiting a lot of people. He's really good for Hydra. He doesn't nuke as hard as he should for HP-based nuker, but he does pretty good just with his passive. So you guys are interested, or if you guys get him, make sure you guys check out my showcase video with him. I do have him geared up in Hex for Hydra, and his damage is pretty substantial, so make sure you guys check that out. Lastly, I think for the non-voids that we're talking about, we have Kyoku. Kyoku is okay. She's not going to be insane anywhere. She's good for clan boss and some maybe go second tag team arena, but she's not going to be like super sought after. She was a guarantee at one point as well. And the other champion to round out the non-voids would be Mr. Candyman here. Still very strong slapping champion, very strong A1. I think it's like a 6x multiplier if he gets the double hit on, which is like absolutely insane. He's not as good in the arena anymore because of Harima, but if you get him in there against a weak speed team or something, he can definitely still slap. As for the Void champions, we have Kruchaxa. Kruchaxa has a very hard-hitting quad-hit A1, so she's good against being locked out. So if you lock her out, she can still do quite a bit of damage. She has some self-preservation ability as well, which she puts a revive on death on herself, which is kind of cool. Her stats are a little bit tempered, so she doesn't go crazy, but her A1 still does pretty good damage. Lastly, we have Supreme Elhain rounding out the Voids. Not going to be somebody that you're probably going to be shooting for. She was a fusion at one point. She hits decent. And then if she can ramp up her each debuff on target, if she can ramp this up, she can hit very hard. She's a void nuker. She does okay. She has okay stats all around. Low HP, but decent attack, decent passive. She's just decent all around. Not going to be like meta breaking or anything. She does ignore ally, protection, strengthen, and shield. What she needs is ignore defense, but that's asking a bit much. Otherwise, she's okay. So, all right. So I switched up the news. So here's the second part of the news at the top left-hand corner. So there's actually going to be a guaranteed legendary event for 110 void shards, and you guys cannot believe what they're putting up for grabs. It's going to be King Narcissus himself. I'm actually super surprised that they're putting up this champion, because it feels like this champion would have been a big payday for them if they just, offered him up for like 15x, 20x, 25x, or whatever. But the fact that they're giving him away for a 110 void shards, I feel is very cheap. It's a cheap way for the public to kind of get him. This kind of means to me this is kind of like red flags in a couple ways. Like I'm a little bit more cynical, right? So I feel like this guy's not going to be relevant for much longer. That's why they're kind of giving him up in this way. So they're going to get 110 void shards worth of value from him, from everybody, basically. So I feel like there's something else that's coming down the line that's going to make him kind of not really relevant. But you never know. But it feels to me like it's extremely, extremely cheap. He is basically a Taras Harima counter. Basically, his damage cannot be decreased by enemy passive, skills, or masteries. So this is the same kind of ability that Karato Fox Hunter has, except you have it in HP-based nuker. And then he has really good bonuses with the White Queen and Korra, which is the fusion that we just had. He has a cooldown lock on his A1, cannot be resisted. He has a block revive on his A3. And his passive, he receives less damage. This one's not still relevant because it only kind of blocks counterattacks and ally attacks. But yeah, it's still pretty good. And then he ignores shield and strengthen completely. And then HP in all battles. Really, really good champion. Good stats. Almost 24k HP. That's really, really nuts. Also comes with 12k defense. He's a really good nuker. Mainly for countering Taras and Harima. Also anything with a good passive. So that's his A2. It's going to be... it comes with built-in ignore defense too. So I feel like the community kind of got off a little bit cheap for him, because I think people would have wailed out big time for him, especially getting multiple copies for him, so they can like beef up their King Narcissus. I also feel like they are kind of offering like a medicine for an illness, right? And if you call like Taras Marichka like an illness, like they've been very prevalent in the arena meta for maybe a year and a half now. And even more so since blessings were introduced, especially sheep. So this is kind of like the medicine. This is the solution, the remedy for that. So they're selling the problem. So they created a problem, and now they're selling a solution. Is it going to be the best solution? It probably is a pretty good solution for Taras Marichka right now. But I think the better solution might come in the future. So with that being said, if I had 110 void shards, I would 100% go for this guy. On my main account, I actually don't have 110 void shards because I pulled for 10x Yumiko. I only have 37, so I don't have enough to pull for him. But on my second account, I do have 190 void shards. I've been saving up, so I will be pulling for him on my second account, and he will be definitely heavily used for me. The problem with him is that he's not as tanky as Taras, whereas Taras can mitigate 50% of incoming damage completely, which is like obviously insane for a nuking champion. So he has the decreased attack, and then he has the incoming damage is reduced by 50%. It's actually pretty insane passive from Taras. So he's no Taras, but he is a counter to Taras. Is he the best counter to Taras? I don't think so. Maybe in 6 months he won't be, but right now he is a very viable counter. Should you guys go for him? If you have the void shards, I think at this point, since I'm speculating about future solutions, I think right now you probably do go for him. as a counter to Taras. I think this offer will definitely break some free-to-play players where they will be spending money to get him. I think he's going to be the best 110 guarantee void champion ever offered. And I'm really surprised that they're offering this. But like I said, since I'm so cynical by nature, I do think that there is some method to their madness right now. And I think there's going to be something else to come in the near future that will probably make this surprise less surprising. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully, you guys have a good day. And let me know if you guys are going to plan to go for him. I mean, I'm going to go for him. Are you guys going to go for him? Are you guys going to spend money for him? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.